to MMA Made, the best MMA show around the world. Mighty Devin Debo Taylor.
Oh, what's up, y'all?
What's up, dude?
Not much.
I wanted to just dive into it. I made a statement on Twitter and said this would not be all about a certain person. We're going to talk about the certain person, but it's not going to all be about him. But let's jump into last week's fights. UFC 186.
I didn't see him.
You didn't watch it?
What happened?
Well, let me tell you. See this right here? Still on my side over here. That makes it 9-6. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
9-6, I like that.
9-6?
9-6, baby. I'm pulling ahead. I am pulling ahead. It is episode 16.
It was just 6-6 like a second ago.
I know. And this is like,
you got 3 in a row?
3 in a row. 3 in a row. Yeah. It happens. It happens. But anyways, let's start off with the main event. The person who does not get enough credit, all the people hating on the little guys. In my mind, I would probably put Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson as the #1 pound-for-pound person.
But it's only but it's less pounds.
It is less pounds.
So
he's like a smaller.
So I mean, no.
Okay. I will put him as the ounce for ounce best fighter on the
planet. Now I was like, oh, he's got a lot of ounces. No, I mean he's a monster. This was a really interesting puzzle you had to fix, or you had to try and solve, and passes with flying colors.
The last transition when he gets that armbar at the last second of the last round was phenomenal. Mount, he goes from like side control to mount to, I don't think it was quite spider webs, but it was close, to armbar, boom. It was probably all done within like 3 seconds. It was insane.
I think he's in side control.
I think so.
When the 10-second clacks hit.
Yeah.
From side control. So then within 10 seconds, he goes into mount, sits there for a second, then transitions to his armbar. I mean, it was, I think Ronda Rousey was at home saying, that's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. And he even has to adjust the armbar because it's not quite on there right at first. So, yeah, that was an impressive fight. I mean, he gets better in round 5. He looks fresher than he does in round 1.
And Horiguchi, it must have been deep for him to tap and know that there was 1-2 seconds maybe left, and he still taps. That's gotta hurt. Literally, both ways.
Yeah. It looked like it literally hurt. I mean, he literally was, So, but a great fight.
Great fight. And I guess I wasn't paying attention, and I don't know who I was listening to. It might have been Chris, but he was saying that people were leaving during the main event at the venue. That's horrible, man.
I mean, I think you're going to have some of the real big mainstream guys were probably there to see Rampage.
Yeah.
Rampage has a much bigger crossover audience than Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah, for sure.
125 pounds. From far back, you barely see him. He hides behind, you know what I mean, like the little octagon kind of corners. You're like, I can't even see anybody out there. So you probably had some guys who were just there to see Rampage Jackson and the big name, a much bigger name than.
Yeah, I know, but that's still it's just. I'm not arguing that that's not what happened because that's probably what did. It just sucks. It just sucks.
I mean, they missed out on a good fight that they had already paid for, so that's on them for being lame fans.
Even if they got the tickets for free, like why wouldn't you stay? This doesn't make sense to me.
How'd they get tickets for free?
I'm just saying, like, if they're celebrities, I don't think the celebrities would leave. Maybe they did. I don't know.
I need to get some free tickets.
Yeah, you should.
Actually, I gotta be a celebrity?
Probably.
Dang it.
I know. So anyways, obviously Rampage versus Maldonado. I told you, Rampage better MMA fighter.
No, to me, this was, and we just talked about it earlier before we started taping, like a Nick Diaz fight. This is like, it reminded me of like Nick Diaz versus Carlos Condit.
Really?
Yeah, Maldonado was too, I don't know if he had something to prove, but in the exchanges a bunch of times, oh yeah, okay, yeah, come hit me. No, dude, like go hit him. Like, I was really disappointed. I think Maldonado had a lot left, and just didn't really show what he really had.
I don't know. I mean, I can't say I was overly impressed with the fight. I was just happy Rampage got the win. I personally would have scored the fight 30-27. I thought the second round was questionable to possibly go to Maldonado, but I mean, obviously Rampage gets the decision.
Yeah, like I said, I just didn't see a lot out of Maldonado. I've seen a lot more from him before, which is why I was really disappointed in him in this fight. And supposedly he never had a full camp, and he finally did. So maybe him going back and forth on who he thought, I don't know where his head was. I didn't see what I thought I would. So, you know, it is what it is.
The last fight I want to touch on is actually two. Real quick, Bisping, Dalloway. Not very exciting. Bisping still claiming he can still make it to the top.
He is delusional.
Yeah, I mean, CB Dalloway is by no stretch a top-tier fighter, and I mean, it's not like he went in there and demolished him. You know, if he came in and maybe got a great finish quickly, then maybe, but I have nothing against Bisping. I know you hate Bisping.
I do not like Bisping. I don't respect, I mean, I barely respect him as a fighter. I mean, in terms of his skills, he's got, he boxes for points, and he's developing a decent takedown defense, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me, what am I missing?
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I think those are the two things that he has. He's not going to offensive wrestle. He has no jiu-jitsu game. He doesn't have power. He is a kickboxer for points. I don't even think he's a great kickboxer. I think he's a decent boxer for points.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, you know, hearing him talk about, I'm going to be champ one day, I'm like, I don't think so.
Well, maybe if he goes somewhere else.
Then he has a decent chance. If he goes back to Britain and maybe just Bama fights?
Bama, there you go. The other fight is our boy Patrick Cote, fan of the show. He got his win against Diesel.
And that was a good fight.
That was a good fight.
That one was fun to see. Patrick Cote, I mean, he's come a long way. And that was cool to see.
You know, the kind of scary statistic on that is I think Patrick has Joe by 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, and Joe looks at least 10 years older than Patrick Cote.
Joe has lived, I'm sure, a much different life.
Yeah.
Than, like the professional fighters who take care of their bodies. Joe does a lot of drugs.
And he's been through a lot of wars.
Yeah.
You know, and he's been in what, close to 50 fights, maybe 50. I don't know the exact record, but he's been in a lot of fights.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. All right, so a couple things I want to touch on. That was last week's card, UFC 186. There are no fights this weekend in the MMA world as far as the major promotions. Bellator's next month, World Series of Fighting, Invicta. UFC isn't for another 2 weeks. There is a fight coming up. We'll talk about that in a second. And then the thing everybody's talking about right now, let's just jump into it. Jon Jones gets into some trouble over the weekend.
Whoa.
And just within like a couple hours ago, Dana White announces, strip his title, suspended indefinitely, DC to face Rumble at UFC 187 next month.
Wow.
That's big.
I mean, you're kind of speechless, you know. I mean, in terms of, you know, was it the right thing? Is it the wrong thing? There's just so much to kind of unpack there. I mean, it's bad.
It is bad, and I don't want to. I mean, Twitter's on fire with this, and I didn't want to get too deep into it. And like, all the trolls are out on Twitter, and it's just bringing out like the worst of everybody. And by all means, I'm not condoning the situation. I've never, you know, with Jon Jones, his attitude and how he acts and everything, I've never been a big fan of his as of late. But I seriously feel bad for him. He needs help.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think there's a lot of different sides, and one of them, in my opinion, as I look at it all, a really talented kid getting a lot of money and a lot of fame at an early age.
Yeah, he's only 27.
Yeah, I mean now, and he's been champ for quite a few years. He's been well paid. He's been a huge prodigy, essentially, for a long time. And that messes with your head, you know. Clearly, he doesn't have great people around him.
I know.
Is what's tough.
I've got the perfect analogy.
Oh, boy.
I think Uncle Ben said it best. With great power comes great responsibility. And I'm just saying, he's got some power. He needs to get a little responsibility. You know what I noticed last week? Last week was the first show in probably 20 episodes that I did not throw in any special effects. You know, I always throw in like a little cartoon or a little something here and there, you know. I like to have fun with my editing. I didn't do anything last week.
You know what you should do? Right here, edit in your head exploding. Like right here. Beautiful.
I'm going to do that to you, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's. I really wanted to see Jones and Rumble fight. And then people are like, I don't care what he does outside the ring. I want to see the fight. That is the most ridiculous. I mean, yes, everyone wants to see that fight. Well, I don't know if everyone, but I think a lot of people want to see that fight.
DC doesn't want to see that.
No, DC doesn't want to see that fight. DC wants to fight Rumble to get that belt.
Yeah.
And it's not an interim title. This is a vacant title. People are like, oh, it's going to be an interim. No, this is a vacant title. It is stripped. This is the actual light heavyweight title they are fighting for.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. They've done it before. There's a little bit of precedent. They kind of basically did it to Frank Mir.
They did to Frank Mir. There was a list I saw today. There's like Jones becomes the 10th fighter to get stripped. It was like Couture, Mir, BJ Penn, Dominic Cruz.
But Dominic Cruz, it's injury.
Yeah, I mean,
Frank Mir, it's kind of injury, but they were kind of mad at him for riding his motorcycle.
Yeah. This was the first, Dana said, as far as you remember, is this the first time anyone has been stripped for code of conduct?
I think Couture was kind of stripped for code of conduct. I mean, he left.
Yeah, he left.
So
and he did that PR thing when he's throwing the belt in the garbage can.
Yeah, so I think that's basically code of conduct. Like,
we're like, there's the door.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is bad. And the sad news is the precedent should be set that he needs this time away to get his life in order.
For sure.
It shouldn't be about we're stripping him for code of conduct issues. It should be it's in the fighter's best interest to not be champ, to not be fighting right now. He's got to figure this out. And the really big thing that I was reading, or what reminded me, you made a big deal about his 1 day of rehab when he got busted on the cocaine. I think that's coming around to bite everybody in the booty.
Yeah.
And that they should have taken that more serious and kind of realized, hey, you've got some issues. Maybe fame's getting to you. You're just wilding out and doing whatever you want to do. Let's figure it out way back then. Maybe he saves himself this issue.
And this isn't his first issue with getting in trouble, and not just the cocaine. You know, he wrecked his Bentley.
Had the female.
No, he didn't wreck his Bentley. Did he wreck his Bentley? I know he got busted in the Bentley. I know he wrecked his Subaru. He's had a couple issues. I don't know all those things, but I know he
got caught with like 2 females in the back, and
I know one vehicle he had. And he hit a pole. Oh, maybe that was the Bentley?
I think it was that one.
Was it the Bentley?
And he had like 2 females in the car, but he wasn't driving supposedly.
I don't know. In any case, he's out there wilding out, you know, and that's cool. You know, we all went out there and done stuff, but the problem is he's in the public eye, and there's a lot more things for him to lose than like me or you to lose.
True.
You
and
know?
right now,
like a belt. Like you lost the belt, but he lost. So actually, you guys have something in common. You and Jones both lost the belt, right?
Jackasses of MMA. I was just gonna say something thoughtful and socially, you know, intriguing, and
then I just totally rained on your parade.
You really did.
Here's where the rain special effects come in. Oh, I can hand you an umbrella.
I hope you don't put in the rain special effects and you just have yourself.
I have to now because I'm.
No, I was gonna say though. I mean, the sad part is definitely right now in America with Baltimore, all this stuff with young black men and all the things going on. Jones, not looking good for us right now, bro. Like, you just get it together, man. You got Philippians, like got the scripture across your chest, bro. Let's get it together.
I like had someone on Twitter said, "There's no way Jones did that. He is a man of God." And I'm like, obviously he didn't watch the court hearing because he did do that.
Yeah, the tough part is, I remember that fighter. I mean, I don't know if he took on the persona or just gradually became that guy or where it was, but man, when he started off, he was a much different fighter.
You know who this reminds me of? And I didn't say the specific name, but I just kind of hinted to it. But this kind of reminds me of Tyson when he was coming up. Same type of thing, super young champion, top of his game, pound for pound best, and just getting tons of money, and it's just going out and having a good time, and it just became too much. And I mean, it's good where Tyson is now. It looks like he's at a pretty good place.
It's not good. He was on the lip sync battle.
Dude, that was hilarious against Terry Crews.
I don't think he had any of the words, and the song is "Push It." It's just saying "Push It" over and over, and he was clearly not lip syncing "Push It." Woo! He has taken a lot of head damage. He has taken a lot of head damage.
He was at a high point, hit a rock bottom, and I think now he's at a much better place in his life. And we hope that Jones can get to that same spot.
He was very good in The Hangover. So maybe if I'm Jon Jones, they're going to keep making those Hangover movies.
Hit up Bradley Cooper.
So Hangover 7 with Jon Jones?
We are the jackasses of MMA.
I'll see all of them. I love them. What are you going to do?
All right, enough about that, because I said we wouldn't talk about this the whole time. So, real quick, so you guys know, I know you guys are going to be heartbroken. There will be no episode next week. I am in LA all week, so I won't have time to be here at the studio and film an episode.
And it won't count for another win for you then. You haven't thought of it!
I'll still have it when I come back, though.
Yeah, but you won't get an extra week.
That's fine. There's no fights this week, so we're good with that.
I know, but I'm saying next week
I got it.
you would have had the belt.
That's true.
You would have gotten another win.
That's true.
But you won't.
That's true. Damn it. So maybe I'll come back from LA real quick so I can get that. Because this is like a free week. Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, do like a 10-second show. I got the belt. See you next week. No, it's not going to work.
Damn it. Well, that actually works out.
That was
good.
my Jedi mind tricks right there. Just played on them.
There is a fight this week. I feel it's about 5 years too late, but Manny Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Who you got?
Dude, it's Floyd all the way. He's smart. He waited 5 years so he could get the right fight.
He's the older fighter.
I know, but he aged way better. He's like a fine wine, and Pacquiao's more like a...
like a 40? Like
a beer that was left out a little too long, you know? I mean, Pacquiao's still good, but I gotta take Floyd on this.
Pacquiao's hands, he's doing a lot of like fighting in the streets. Looks good.
Yeah, well, he just beat up random people in the Philippines.
All right.
Anyways, we don't obviously not have to put the belt on that because there ain't no episode next week anyway.
Dang it.
But we will be back the week after, and then we'll be doing that. There is going to be a fight, though, the week after that. How are we going to do that? How do we just wait? I guess we just wait. It's all good. We still have the same amount of episodes, so it doesn't matter. We still have the same.
I'm making a comeback right at
So
the end.
we're off next week, and then the following week when we come back, there'll be 6 left for the season 3, and then we go on break for a few weeks.
Boom.
Boom. Bye.
If I win out, I still win it.
Devin, you go Taylor.
Don't worry, people.
Mighty. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.